As we all know, there was a recent incident which was very horrible and haunting because one of our medical student who was a PG resident, she was there in the hospital as a part of night duty and she was horrifically raped and murdered. But it was then as conflicted as suicide and many other things. So it's a very black day as well as a black era which has hovered all of us in sadness. So, in light of that event, we have gathered over here in order to discuss many things about what we can do in order to make our society more safe and secure. So, India has got independence 78 years ago. Do you all really think a woman is still with freedom, independence? No, that's for sure. Gandhiji have stated that India will get independence only when a woman is free to walk in the midnight alone. So those who all over here, women here, are you all even safe if you walk around 7 o'clock in the morning or in the evening alone? Do you feel safe and secure? I want answer from all the women here. So it's a high time we need to realize that we as a women should stand up for our safety and men should be standing ahead of us in guarding us. Not only them, but also us. We need to be very enlightened, acknowledged about our own safety. So today, I request everyone to please stand up and maintain silence for 2 minutes in light of the event. May her soul rest in peace. Om Shanti. Now, we will start our event of today. It's an elocution competition, as you all know. So before starting the event, I would call upon our president, Dr. Gopal Krishna Garu, to please come onto the dais. Welcome, sir, with a big round of applause. Now, I request the chief guest of today's event, Dr. Shamke Jaiswal Garu, to please come onto the dais. Dr. Shamke Jaiswal is a diligent and compassionate neurologist with 9 years of rich experience in diagnosing and treating a wide range of neurological disorders, including epilepsy, stroke, migraine, headache, cervical pain, backache, neuropathies, neuroinfections, neuroimmunological disorders, movement disorders, and dementia. Dr. Jaiswal's strong interpersonal skills enable effective communication with patients, caretakers, and multidisciplinary teams. He is committed to providing exceptional patient care and contributing to the ongoing development of neurology as a specialty through his eminent research. Thank you, sir, for making time for us and coming over here. Now, I call upon the guest of honor for today, Dr. Murli Garu, onto the dais. Dr. T. Murli is the Vice Principal of Deos Homeopathic Medical College and has published many articles and also have an international article on his name. And sir has over a decades of practice in homeopathy and has been a great teacher for many homeopathic students. We welcome you, sir, on the dais. Now I call upon our General Secretary, Dr. Durga Prasad Rao Garu, onto the dais. Now I call upon Director ICRH, Dr. Venugopal Gauri Garu, onto the dais. So today, as we have elocution competition, we have judges. So we have two judges with us, Dr. Anil Kumar Garu and Dr. Rajeshri Ma'am. Now I call upon Dr. Anil Kumar sir to please come on to the dais. Welcome sir with a big round of applause. Now I call upon Dr. Rajeshri Ma'am to please come on to the dais. We welcome all the dignitaries on the dais with a great round of applause. So, today's event is all about elocution competition and all. So, before we start our main event, I would like to call upon our President, Dr. Gopalakrishna Garu, to present the welcome address.
Good morning, everybody. Hearty greetings of Independence Day to you all, and respected distinguished guest of today, Dr. Shyam K. Jaiswal and Dr. T. Murali, Dr. Anil Kumar Garu, Dr. Rajasri, our General Secretary, Dr. Durga Prasad, and our ICRH Director, Dr. Venugopal Gauri, and our veteran friend, Lakshmaya Garu, Manik Prabhu Garu, and all the young friends from Dev's College and all our colleagues, Dr. Savita, Dr. Harshita, and Chamundeshwari and her team. Hearty greetings to you all. So today we have one more activity, Young Minds for Total Freedom for Women in our country. So the freedom of women, how much in danger it is. We hear time and again several ghastly incidents. So such things not to happen in future. What is that we need to do? What is that women have to do? So we shall be hearing from our young minds. So I heartily welcome all of them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So before starting the elocution competition, we would like to give a brief introduction. So we all have known many things. There are centuries, we know different things which hover upon women's safety. We are speaking many things. Now this competition's main interest is not only for speaking and going off from here like every day. We need to apply all the youth, all the thoughts of the young minds in our society. Then only we can appreciate change in our current society and improve the safety and security of a women. So before starting the elocution competition, how many of you all know about Nirbhaya? Nirbhaya. Everyone know, right? When it happened? Do you know the year? Okay. Only one out of many people remember the year. So do you think this incident also after 10 years people will remember the date and year? Can anyone say the date of Nirbhaya? No. So now we have understood one thing is everything happens. Many candle marches happen. Many protests will happen. Many things will happen. But one thing which will not happen is application. So this should not just remain like a theory class which you will hear every day in the college. It should be like a practical class and it should be like a homeopathic practice which you apply and get results. So just not only keeping words, but also our actions are more important. Why we should expect something from others when we are not right by ourselves? Why can't we just change our mindset? Why can't we acknowledge ourselves with our rights? So I just request everyone that before we blame anyone else, first we should blame ourselves if we are not accountable. So first we need to be accountable by ourselves. We need to apply by ourselves. Then only we should say and blame others. Then as a society, if you are individualistically successful, then as a whole, as a society, we will be successful. So before any delay, I would like to call upon all the participants one by one. We will be telling the rules first. So this elocution competition will be running on the topic women's safety in the present day. So every participant will be given a time of 3 minutes, and at the end of 3 minutes, you will be having a warning bell. So maximum try to commit yourself for 3 minutes and explain all the topic. Please prevent any extras. Please stick to the topic so that it will be more fruitful. So the participants of today will be Sunil and Rajesh from third year, Pramod and Ayman from final year, Kirti and Preeti from internship. So now first participant is Sunil from third year. I request Sunil to come on to the dais.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries, I wish happy 78th Independence Day. Myself, Sunil Kumar Boda from 3rd BHMS. I feel very happy to share this stage. And we today celebrating Independence Day. But primary question is what? What kind of Independence Day are we celebrating? Freedom to rape a woman at work, freedom to frame a rape as a suicide, freedom to silence voice speaking out against injustice, freedom to remain silent until someone close to you is raped, freedom to not care and become silent. Rape is the fourth common crime against women in the India. According to the sources, 31,677 rape cases were registered in our country. That means on an average, 86 rape cases every day. Rajasthan registers highest the rape. 70% of the women in India are face physical or sexual violence. According to the sources, on an average per day, 172 girls were missing, 172 girls were kidnapped, and 3 girls were pushed into the trafficking. In the year of 2022, 62,946 female were missed. The condition of women is very painful in India. India ranks among the 10 countries for crime against the women. Recent issue, rape and murder of the female trainee doctor in the Kolkata R.G. Kar Medical College and Hospital. Really, our mother India is crying. There is no chance of the welfare of the world unless the condition of the woman is improved. It's not possible for a bird to fly on one wing. We future doctors and citizens of India, we have major role to create safe environment to women to live and work without fear. Some measures, according to me, to protect the women's safety: increased police patrolling, better street lighting, self-defense training, education and awareness, and safe public transportation. And acts, sir, some acts to protect the women are Protection of Women from the Domestic Violence Act 2005, Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, Disha Act 2019, and many more. And for example, in other countries like Saudi, Dubai, and London, if this situation happens, there will be strict rules and serious punishment. I'm not criticizing that government and system. I say still we are lacking in the women's safety. Where there is a strict today, there is better tomorrow. Even though our government provides the equal rights to women and men, still there is women discrimination in our society. We will see better India by changing our thought processes. We Indians compare country as a mother. It's our responsibility to protect it. And finally, she is a woman, she is a mother, she is a daughter, she is a wife, she is a sister. Respect women, protect Mother India. Jai Bharat, Jai India.
Thank you, Sunil. Now we have our next participant, Rajesh from third year.
Good morning. Good morning to one and all. Good morning. Good morning to one and all who are presented here. First of all, I wish you happy Independence Day. So today we know that how the women are treating and how the women are not treating and the equality basin. We can easily say that in ancient time, we all know that in ancient time, girls as women, they had no rights and nothing to say. And for example, I can say one of the example which I heard, that is, we all know the at ancient times when women, there is no right to do anything. There is no right to educate, or there is no right to do whatever they want to do. If they do, it is very crucible and they will give many more punishments. And there is a male discrimination can be seen in the ancient times. We all know that. And at the same time, first women, we all know the Savitri Bai Phule and the Jyoti Bai Phule and the Savitri Bai Phule. They teached, they wanted to learn, they wanted to educate all the women who are presented over there. Then they started educating the women. But Savitri Bai Phule faced a lot of criticisms and she faced a lot of discrimination, and many of the people who are standing there, they paid with the stones and many more things. But also she cannot able to tolerate everything. The main ideology of the women or the Savitri Bai Phule is to educate the women. Then there started the education of the women. From then up to now, till now, and further also there may be education. There will be education, and there must be educated the women, because every woman have to know the right what they want to do, and everyone want to know the right what they want to build or what they want to invent in future and what they want to create the history. For example, we can say about the Kalpana Chawla and Mother Teresa and Rani Rudrama Devi, many women are there who created their own page in the history. They are the women. So I personally request everyone to create every woman to create the personal history, a page on the history. So we can easily say that many of the people, they don't want the child. So why they don't want the child? I too don't know up to now, because we all have a mother. He's a woman. She's a woman. We all have the wife. She's a woman, and a sister, sisters, etc. She's also a woman. But why can't the persons feel that they want a child? We have the point. We have to know everything about it. It is the point. And if a girl, first of all, I will be very proud and I will be salute to all the parents of the girl's parents, because from the time of the birth till the marriage, the person or the father can protect the daughter from the time of the birth to the from the marriage, in the schools or in the colleges or in the anywhere. The father is the main god to the woman. The father protects everything to the woman. After that, next marriage, after that, the husband will be protected. And I say that the woman has to be free, not the woman want to depend on someone. She want to be free. So to be free, she must be educated. Education is the most powerful weapon in the world, and India everywhere. Education is the most powerful, because education makes everyone to think and a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Rajesh. Now we have our next participant, Dr. Ayman from final year. Ayman, come on, class.
A very good morning to everyone. This is Ayman Sultana, final year student from Dev Somapathic Medical College. First, I wish each and everyone a very happy Independence Day. Today, I would not like to share any kind of strategies, ratios, percentages about all the cases against women. Instead, I would like to share some insights which I felt which were the core of all these incidents. Firstly, I would like to share a personal experience of mine. In the month of June, I was traveling from ECL to Habsiguda. And during this journey, I took a bus 3K. And in the bus beside me, there was a man. He was aged about 50 to 60 years. He sat beside me. Journey started, everything was normal. And during the journey, I felt lots of discomfort because the man was sleeping with his hands close together. And during the journey, I felt his hand started coming onto my thighs. I tried to avoid it. I tried to squeeze down. I tried to keep a bag in between. Even then, the hand kept coming on. I thought maybe it's involuntary or voluntary. But when the situation became worse, I just moved out of the bus three stops ahead of my destination. I was disturbed. A friend of mine asked what happened. And when I shared this experience, he told first Varni Gadu Ninnu Kottari Balke. And then I was like, yes, that reaction was obvious because from a person like me, that reaction was not obvious, because at that situation, I might have asked him, I might have confronted him. Or maybe because I didn't want to be in eyes of the people, I just moved out of the bus. Or maybe I lacked confidence. This would be the reason why I stepped out of the bus. If person like me had only faced that situation, many people or many women in the society are facing this day-to-day life. Do you think only women who are outside, who are working, who are going to night shifts are facing such situation? No. Even till yesterday, I thought only women who are out are unsafe. But after research, I understood that women who are outside are not only safe, they're unsafe. At the same time, the people who are inside the houses are also unsafe. According to studies, 70% of women who are inside the houses are unsafe. How? Because of physical abuse, mental abuse, and harassments. Wow. Today, we celebrate 70th Independence Day, where the woman of our country is not safe in the house as well as out the house. And we have given the freedom of a man to urinate, to unzip and urinate on any corner of the road. But we did not give a freedom for a woman to wear the clothes of her choice. This is the present scenario. The Constitution of India says both men and women are equal. But we give 5% of dowry to female and next 95% of the property to male, because male is the continuer of the generations. Constitution says that any kind of violence should is considered under criminalization. But society says no, it is not, and everything is normal. And the cycle of violence is such a way that a person can get manipulated, that everything has become normal, and this is what a woman have to bear. From the period of childhood itself, where a boy and girl are born, women are handled with Barbie dolls or home sets, teddy bears, whereas male are given with cars and all these substances. Where from the childhood itself, the males have been brought up in the society to protect women, and women has also always shown as a weaker section of the society. And women are always being treated weaker, where men become so vulnerable at times that they get objectified when women start objecting them. And in this situation, today's generation, what I feel is, first, we need to make the women feel stronger, women feel courageous. As we are homeopaths, we know what is the importance of will. As Dr. Ken says, will is the main emotion which carries down. So we need to make the woman's will stronger to stand for herself and to protect herself. We have various helpline numbers, helpline situations on all the substances which government provide, which helps the woman make stronger. But even though external forces are stronger, we need to make ourselves stronger. We need to make the women stronger. And in this generation, even after 78 years of independence, we need to stand for ourselves, our courage, our confidence. No matter how longer or how faster the India grows, if woman doesn't feel safe on her own, in her own country, the country has not been developed. Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Ayman. Now I call upon our next participant, Pramod from final year.
Respected doctors, judges, and my dear friends, as we gather here today for the celebration of the 70th Independence Day, we gather some remembrance of the ancestors and freedom fighters who fought for our freedom. And coming to the point, are we really truly free today in the country of India? No, most of the people don't feel safe and they don't feel free today, because so are the women of our country, who make up half of our population, truly independent in our country? So let me tell you about a story of a woman whose name is Lakshmi Agarwal. At the age of 15 years, she had an incident of acid attack on her. So she denied the victim card and she went and learned the law. And she gave a statement, and then after that, she fought for her laws and get the law against the acid attacks. And for the many women, she had her identity and her dreams. But Lakshmi did not give up. She fought back, not just for herself, but for all the women who have been hurt and silenced. Her story is one of her strength, but it also raises a question. Why should anyone have to fight so hard just to live with dignity? So here, freedom is not just written on the papers. It is just the freedom where women can live freely and make their own choices, and there is no oppression and suppression on the women. And yet even today, many women in our country do not have this freedom. So they face violence, discrimination, and unfair treatment. How can we say we are truly free when so many women still live in fear? So when the youth of India are the ones who can change this, it is our job to stand up against what is wrong, to break down the barriers that hold women back. And see these days we see many online campaigns are running against some things. If there is any wrong is happening, online campaigns are running, and there's on-road protests are also going on. But there is no change in the society, right? So here we need to be the generation that says no more to violence and discrimination to the women. So we must use our voices and our actions to make a difference. We need to listen to the women who have been silenced for too long and make sure their stories are heard. Social media gives us a way to spread these messages far and wide. Let's use it to create change. And there are many more solutions we can see. And recently in 2012, we have seen a movement, Me Too movement, where women are facing in work discouragement and discrimination because their woman is not getting the equal pay, equal wages. Where men are getting equal wages, in case of also their men and women are doing same work, but men are getting more wages. This is also a discrimination. So the Me Too movement was started, but only for few months it was started. It was initiated, and after that, lights were off. Nobody was seeing them. And then again, there are some legal rights were there. Okay, for many women, and our constitution makes many rights and rights to the women, but nobody is following that also in our in our time. So after all that, there are some solutions, and women should be also rise in the politics and gender pay age gap, domestic violence. And during the pandemic also, we have seen the rise of domestic violence has increased to the percentage where we cannot see in before pandemic also. And there are educational reforms. There should be mandate to every woman child in the country that they should study and educated at any cost. And as we honor those who fought for our country's freedom, let us also remember that the fight for freedom is not over. It continues in our efforts to ensure that every person, especially women, can live with dignity and without fear. This Independence Day, let us pledge to make true freedom a reality for all, who ensure that every woman in our country can live, love, and dream freely. And I can say that dignity to the nation is a dignity that gives its women. And thank you, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Pramod. Now I call upon our next contestant, Preeti from internship.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the dignitaries and the judges present here. I am Preeti, intern from Dev Homeopathic Medical College. Today, we all have gathered here to celebrate the 70th Independence Day of India. But do you think we are actually independent? So we think with that our country got freedom and we are all independent, we are living happily. But do you know a country which is still monarch, like either Dubai or Saudi Arabia, have very critical punishments for every small thing they do, for every small crime they do. We think that they are monarchy, they're still backward and they're not having freedom and stuff, right? So in other countries like Saudi Arabia, if we see in specific, why I'm speaking is I know personally about this country, I have visited this country. So in that country, when a person, they treat women with so much respect, and then even if a person starts commenting on them, what is the punishment? Do you guys even have an idea? They just take this person to a signal point and hang him in front of every other person, right in front of the other side, so that they get an idea that they should not repeat this. See, I'm not telling this should be the condition in our country, but we all have a thought that monarchy is always backward. We have freedom and we are like an independent country and then we have all the freedom to do everything. It's not like that. We can also take some points from other places. See, now it's like we have a situation, we take it to Instagram, we post few stories, we put statuses on WhatsApp, but are we actively doing something on it? No. Rape is not only the thing that like a woman is afraid of. There are like literally commenting on the physical appearance, domestic violence, and all such stuffs have been happening. And not stuff. It is being continuing from past many years. And I'm sure it will continue in the future also. Even after going against it, of so many people talking about it, we are so sure that it is going to continue. Because now I'll tell you how the young minds are being trained. People like literally go do crimes. If they have financially stable and if they are fine with like amount of money, they get out of the case without even a single evidence left out. Are we right? Now, what will happen if the same thing is happening with a person who is not financially stable? He will be punished. Or else, if the person is financially stable, he will replace the person also. These young minds are being trained that if you are financially stable, we are fine. We can do any crime and get out of it. So it should not be trained like that, first of all. Every person should be taught that a woman can walk freely. Yeah, she can wear anything she wants. She can walk freely. She can do anything she likes. But the men should be taught that they should not be like going against it or commenting on it. And the other point is, recently, a journalist went and asked a rapist why. As we see in homeopathy, we always treat root cause. We should be treating the root cause so that we get a solution. So now here the root cause is why. Why are these rapes happening? So this journalist went and spoke to a rapist in the jail. He spoke with 231 of them, 231 of the rapists, and found that 200 of them answered that they wanted to show their dominance over women. That is why they went for this situation. What is the need of showing dominance? Only after when we remove this point of dominance from their mind, we can get a happy and free society. I just hope that we again get treated equally, not just being like, there are people who also they say that we are treating women equally. Yeah, they are. I'm not denying it. Everyone is equal. And I hope even we get to tell that our country is free and we get to live an independent life. Thank you.
Thank you, Preeti. Now I call upon the next contestant, Kirti, onto the dais.
Good morning, everyone. And respected dignitaries here, and everyone, happy Independence Day. I would like to take some liberty to speak in Telugu about this topic, as I'm comfortable with my mother tongue. And మనము ఒక 1947 ముందు ఫ్రీడమ్ అని ఫైట్ చేసాం. ఆ టైంలో బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళు ఉమెన్ని అబ్యూజ్ చేశారని మన వాళ్ళు ఫైట్ చేసేవాళ్ళు, మేల్. ఇప్పుడు మన పైనే అబ్యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎట్లాంటి ఫ్రీడమ్ ఇది? అంటే ఫ్రీడమ్ ఎవరికి వచ్చింది? ఇప్పుడు ఉమెన్ ఆర్ నాట్ కంఫర్టబుల్ విత్ దిస్ కదా. ఏది డ్రెస్సింగ్ గురించి ఏమన్నా బాడీ షేమింగ్ కానీ చేసినప్పుడు మనం ఎప్పుడు హార్ట్కి తీసుకుంటాం. అండ్ బిఫోర్ మనం చూసినప్పుడు చోలాస్ పీరియడ్లో కానీ అప్పుడు ఉమెన్ ఆర్ యూజ్డ్ టు రోమ్ విత్ టాప్లెస్ డ్రెస్సెస్. అప్పుడు వాళ్ళ బ్రాడ్ మైండ్ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు ఫ్యాషన్ సెన్స్ని మీరు డిస్క్రిమినేట్ చేస్తున్నారు, బట్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ రిఫరెన్స్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ది విచ్ వాస్ టేకెన్ ఫ్రమ్ యాన్షియన్ టైమ్ ఓన్లీ. అండ్ you have no right to discriminate women in the fashion sense. And ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే ఫ్రీడమ్ అనేది ఎక్కడైనా తగ్గిపోయింది. ఇప్పుడు ఉమెన్కి ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పరంగా చూస్తే రూరల్ ఏరియాస్లో ఎంతమంది అని చదువుతున్నారు? అండ్ మోస్ట్లీ చదువుకున్న వాళ్ళ నుంచే మనకు సేఫ్టీ ఉంది అంటే మేల్ నో. ఇఫ్ మెంటాలిటీ వీళ్ళు క్రియేటివ్గా తయారయ్యారు అనుకో, ఇంకా క్రియేటివ్గా క్రూయల్టీ చూపిస్తున్నారు. అది క్రూయల్టీ ఇప్పుడు ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కైనా లేని వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ యాంగిల్లో క్రూయల్టీ చూపిస్తున్నారు. సో ఉమెన్ ఎక్కడ సేఫ్ కాదు అని నేను అనట్లేదు. అండ్ ఐ రెస్పెక్ట్ మెన్ హూ ఆర్ సపోర్టింగ్ దేర్ డాటర్స్ అండ్ దేర్ వైఫ్స్, ఎవ్రీవన్. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడున్న ఉమెన్ అందరూ ఇక్కడున్న గర్ల్స్ అందరూ ఒక ఫాదర్కి డాటర్సే. అండ్ క్లాస్మేట్స్ అందరూ వీఆర్ వెరీ కంఫర్టబుల్ విత్ దెమ్. అండ్ హెల్తీ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఉంది కాబట్టే కదా మేము ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ దాకా ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది. అండ్ ఎవ్రీవన్ మీరు కూడా మీ వైఫ్స్కి అండ్ మీ కిడ్స్కి సపోర్ట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. దే ఆర్ ఆల్సో గ్రోయింగ్ ఇన్ దేర్ కెరియర్. అండ్ ఇప్పుడు మనం ఈ ఇష్యూ గురించి మాట్లాడుకుంటే కోల్కతాలో జరిగిన ఇష్యూ, ఒక మనిషి వచ్చి సరెండర్ అయిపోయారు. హ్యాంగ్ చేసుకోండి అని రెక్లెస్గా చెప్పేశారు. అంత ఈజీగా చెప్పేశాడంటే చూడండి, అక్కడ దొరికిన శాంపిల్స్ 2 అన్నప్పుడు ఒక పర్సన్ వచ్చి ఎలా సరెండర్ అవుతారు? ఇట్ సీమ్స్ లైక్ ఏ పప్పెట్ షో. ఏంటి ప్రతిసారి ఎవరో ఒకరు బాగా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు వచ్చి క్రైమ్ చేయడం, ఎవరో ఇన్నోసెంట్ని ఫ్యామిలీకి సెటిల్ చేస్తామని ఏదో చెప్పి తీసుకొచ్చి వాళ్ళని పప్పెట్ షో నడిపించడం, వాళ్ళని సరెండర్ అయ్యేలాగా చేయడం. అసలైన కల్ప్రిట్స్ అసలు బయటికి కూడా రాలేదు. ఏం తెలుసు, వాళ్ళు కూడా క్యాండిల్స్ పట్టుకొని ర్యాలీ చేస్తున్నారేమో. అండ్ ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇప్పుడు ఫ్రీడమ్ వచ్చింది కదా, ఫ్రీడమ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత నుంచి మనకు ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కోసం చాలా మంది సపోర్ట్ చేశారు. గురిజాడ వెంకట అప్పారావు గారు స్టడీస్ కోసం మనకు చెప్పారు. దుర్గాబాయి దేశ్ముఖ్ గారు, ఆనంది జోషి, ఆమె ఫస్ట్ ఫీమేల్ డాక్టర్, అందరు కూడా వాళ్ళు ఉమెన్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్ కోసం ఫైట్ చేసిన వాళ్ళే. అప్పుడు మనకు ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అందుతుంది. మనం ఏం చేయాలి, మనం ఇంకో నలుగురికి పంచాలి. ఉమెన్ అనే వాళ్ళు మనము సెల్ఫ్గా ఇండిపెండెంట్ అయినప్పుడే ఇలాంటివన్నీ తగ్గుతాయి. డొమెస్టిక్ వైలెన్స్ అనేది మోస్ట్లీ చాలా లాస్ట్ 10 years నుంచి తగ్గింది. ఎందుకు? ఉమెన్ బికేమ్ ఇండిపెండెంట్. అండ్ ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే అసలు మనకి ఫ్రీడమ్ లేదు అని కాదు, ఫ్రీడమ్ ఉంది. కాకపోతే అది అన్ని సార్లు వర్క్ అవ్వట్లేదు. ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ది డే నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే బీ కాన్షియస్ గర్ల్స్. ఏంటంటే మనకి ఎన్ని రకాల ఫ్రీడమ్స్ ఇచ్చినా, రైట్స్ ఇచ్చినా, ఏం చేసినా సెల్ఫ్గా మనం కాన్షియస్ లేనిది మనకు ఇక్కడ కాదు వరల్డ్లో ఎక్కడ కూడా సేఫ్టీ ఉండదు. కంపేర్ టు బంగ్లాదేశ్, ఇప్పుడు నా కంట్రీలో నేను చాలా సేఫ్ ఉన్నా, ఈ తెలంగాణలో నేను ఇంకా సేఫ్ ఉన్నా. చెప్పాలంటే ఇప్పుడు ఉమెన్ కోటా అనేది మన కంట్రీలో ఉంది, వేరే కంట్రీస్లో కూడా ఉండొచ్చు. బట్ ఉమెన్ రిజర్వేషన్ అనేది పెద్ద విషయం. చేంజ్ వచ్చింది కదా. ఇప్పుడు తెలంగాణలో ఫ్రీ బస్సెస్ వర్కింగ్ ఉమెన్కి ఎంత హెల్ప్ఫుల్ అవుతుంది కదా. లైక్ దట్ ఉమెన్కి సపరేట్ ప్రియారిటీ ఇచ్చిన కంట్రీ నాది. సో ఐఎమ్ నాట్ అషేమ్డ్ ఆఫ్ సెలబ్రేటింగ్ ది 78th Independence Day. Women are treated with respect in this country compared to any other countries. సో మీ ఫ్రీడమ్ మీరు ఎలా అయితే యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకుంటున్నారో, మీ ప్రిమిసెస్లో ఉంటూ మీరు ఎలా డెవలప్ అవుతున్నారో, అలాగనే అందరికీ కూడా అది అందేలాగా చేయాలి. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఉమెన్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, Kirti. And thank you, everyone. It was a great speeches by everyone. So now I request the judges to speak for 2 minutes each about the competition.
Thank you, all the students, about your heartfelt emotions. I can understand these things. I'm a little bit elder to all of you. I'm in 40s, and I have traveled around many countries. And since childhood, I am interested in history. That's why I want to share my thoughts. Don't take it personally. Okay, so I see many of you talking about the history of our country. Whatever we read in the books, it's not the sufficient history. And many of the history is, many things are multifactorial. We see in the medical field, it's not the only one thing which caused any event. It's always multifactorials. Even our history is also multifactorials. So many of you are talking about during pre-independence times, the women used to be subjugated very poorly, but that is not the correct. If we go back in the time of, if you don't believe in Ramayana and Mahabharata, still that, if you just believe in the Chandragupta Maurya time also, in the backward, in the BC, and if you see in the Chanakya times and the Buddha time and the Jain time, whatever the recorded history is there, woman is always has a say in our society, our Indian society, in all the countries. During the pre-independence time, there was things was there, which was definitely the many history was manipulated and the situations were different, where we see that our woman has been subjugated very badly in the pre-independent time, but it's not the case. You see all the kingdoms like Ahilyabai Holkars and in Chinnamma here in the Telugu dynasty. If you go south also, there's many of your kingdom, you will see where the woman has a prominent role and prominent seat. And there are also in the different, if someone believe in the Vedic history, then many sages were there where women used to have say, and they used to teach her also. So it's not there that a woman always has to be subjugated very badly in our country. When we are India, we should proud of our country. Many of you said, I am not proud of independent, but it's not like that. If you're not being positive, then how will you change the society? First, we should, like Preeti told me this, Kriti. She was telling, we should be proud Indians. And this sexual violence is not only in India. I told you I had traveled many countries. The sexual violence is prominent all around the world, even the US also. You know about Donald Trump, he is going to president, but he is implicated in many of the sexual violence cases. In the many European countries, if you go to the down African countries, many sexual violence there. Sorry, madam, little time, madam. The sexual violence is prominent. Why sexual violence prominent against the women? Because women are physically little bit weaker. It's not like that. They want someone told 200 women they rapist entry with the taken that they want to show dominance. That is true. I agree with that. But we should understand that because the woman is being the weaker, physically weaker, not the mentally weaker. That's why even you go to the Napoleon times, if you go to the European history, if you read the Ottoman Empire, if you read the history, all the history, they used to always subjugate the women. There's something called gluttony during the French revolutions. And if you go if you go to the United Kingdom history, the woman, whatever woman queen used to there, they used to be glutton. Gluttony means they used to cut off their heads whenever they used to find they cannot fight with the women. The woman is subject to the many tortures historically because the physically weaker. Now the second things, you all talk about the problems, but I'm sorry, very few points were there talk about what is the solution of these things. So that was the missing of your talks. What I feel, now I'm a father of the 2 daughters. I have 2 lovely daughters, 10 years and 5 years, 2 lovely daughters. In our Indian civilizations, in Indian history, besides being any communities, being a Hindu, Muslim, Christians, but our civilization, Indian is kind of, it's even the Indian Muslims are different from the Saudi Muslims. Someone talking about Saudi Muslims, and even the Indian Christians are different from the Catholic Christians in the Europe, because they are where you get brought up. That is a different thing. So what we call that is sanskar. So that is the duty of parents to teach our children, even mainly the men of the society, even when the boy group in our society, we should teach them, we should respect the woman. We should see the woman as a mother or sisters. So that could be the solution, because how they become such kind of, now you're a doctor, I'm a neurologist, I see the many psychological issues with the children, teenage issues, why they have the traumatic childhoods, when the parents fight at home, when they don't behave properly with their wives, their spouses, and their mothers or sisters, that create some kind of problems the mind of the younger generations. Now we are exposed to so many social things, right? Exposed to the pornography and many things, even the Tollywood also. Tollywood also I see many times is a soft pornography. They're showing all the Tollywood actors having the 2 heroine all the times. I never see with the 1 woman. I always see with the 2 women. Whatever I see. Recently, I saw in Telugu movie also, he was a kind of cowboy, and then I forgot the movie name with some baby boy. So many things they show that men are like they can have many relation with the women, but this affects our younger minds. Okay, that is very important. So we have to understand that we have to teach, when you become parents, we have to teach our boys mainly how to respect the women. The woman is just not the object things. Third point I want to make that many one talk about the men and women being equal. They cannot be, women and men cannot be equal. I'm sorry to say that, because their psychology are different. Woman is motherhood, always they are little bit softer and they're humble, and man is always become aggressions. Aggression doesn't mean they're violent, and woman being softer doesn't mean they're weaker. If suppose a mother become aggressive like a man, they cannot take care of the children. So woman and man can be equal in the terms of the rights, but we fight about men being equal. What happens in that? We try to, a man is not wearing clothes, just wearing the lower clothes, they're not wearing upper clothes, and women also trying to imitate that. So that leads to the, what to say, the feudality in the society. It doesn't, woman is always been seen as a, with the clothes, okay, the covered there, the whatever part to be covered. It doesn't mean if they covered their body part, they're not beautiful. Women become beautiful with their speech, with their action, all those things. And men also become, even they're someone is telling the rep is showing the dominance. If the woman, if you have power, man has power, but still humble, then are more respected than the just showing the aggressions. So man and woman cannot be equal in that terms. We have to understand that it's better to woman being a woman, man being a man, but equal in terms of rights. Like I heard Sultana was saying about those things. So those things, she was traveling in the bus and she felt these things. And it is very important, you know, the sexual violence is common, not outside, it's common in the domestic also. And you all have exposed when you see the patients, the domestic violence is so common with the spouses and the children. It's very common. So for that, we have to train our children since childhood in how to see the men and women. I'm giving you many of the questions. It's all these are for discussion. It's not what I'm saying is absolutely right, perfect. We all of us evolve over times or the period. Right now, maybe I have seen the world little bit more than you. That's why I'm speaking to you. You also, when you become my age, you also speak the same things. We have to understand sanskar, the equality, and the things that the root cause, how we can see that. And just don't be like about inferiority complex. Are we're Indians and still we are behaving as a woman like that. It's not like that. We are as Kitty told, you know, we are much better than many countries, and the sexual violence is all around. And we have to treat the root cause, and we have to see. We have to all get all together, men and women, and whatever we need, we should do all together. Thank you. Be proud of Indian. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. Now I request the judges to please speak.
Good morning, one and all. The students have really done very good, and day by day we are seeing more confidence to speak in our students. Okay. The other thing is everyone put a point that this should not be done, this is not right, this is not the way the society thinks. But what is to be done to protect a woman is more important, and how a woman should come up and speak, or what ways she can do to take care of herself and to protect herself should be learned by a woman now. You can't change every one and other man. With the amount of exposure what you are getting on OTT platforms and even the Bollywood movies, like the other day Animal movie, everyone praised that song. That song is so hit, but you have not seen the amount of the violence and the amount the male has been magnified in that movie. So we have to come out as a society and condemn certain things which are not going right. And the male should be, the mental personality of the male need to be changed from the childhood. That is one thing. And the women have to learn how to protect themselves. They have to develop the skills of martial arts. And even from childhood, the woman should go into sports activity and make herself more stronger than men. So in that way, they will be able to fight back. And even financially, I feel every woman should be more secure. Financial independence is also one of the major things a woman should learn, and they should not depend for, even with the financial independence, on their husband or on their father. Once a woman is financially independent, she can take her own decisions. Okay, so right now we all condemn the activity what is going on against women. That is true, and these things will keep happening in the society, but we have to look forward how to avoid certain things by becoming more stronger ourselves. So that is my say, and congratulations to one and all. You all have done very good job. But since it's a competition, we have to cut down and bring only 3 students to a point. The criteria for selection is one, the command on your language. Second, clarity and how you're putting out the view of the competition topic. And third is the verbal language, like the grammar part, because elocution is all about grammar and language. So we have shortlisted 3 students, and I'll tell sir to announce the. So you want to say?
Good morning, everybody. I thank Homeopathic Medical Association of Telangana for inviting me as a judge to this elocution competition. Everybody has actively participated. I'm very happy. And they have and they really expressed from their heart all their opinions. Very well said, and everybody has done well, exceptionally well. And some few things are there. We have to concentrate, especially elocution means it covers a lot. The clarity, the expression, the freedom of speech, the central core of speech. So everything, the energy, the vital force, it should come out. Balance it all. Balancing it all in physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual spheres, right? So I congratulate all for participating, and I thank you very much, sir. And all dignitaries, Chief Justice, Murli sir, Shyam sir, Madam, Venugopal sir, and Gopal Krishna sir, and Madam, everybody. Thank you. Madam, jointly declare. Jointly declare.
We have to even consider the time.
Yes.
No doubt, Ayman was very good. She has a good command over language and speech, but she had crossed her time limit. So for time, we first participant who's one was Preeti. Okay. Those there are certain points which you couldn't have covered, like comparing your monarchy and democracy, which could have been avoided. The second person who really was good in the language and putting the point with statistics levels and all was Sunil. Ayman we cannot miss because even last time I heard Ayman, I think in the last post presentation. So third winner is Ayman. Though all others have also done very good, just few points where we missed out was the language. So no doubt we wish everyone to perform in a better way and improve your skills. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Anil Kumar sir, and thank you, Rajeshri ma'am, for being a wonderful judges. I hope everyone enjoyed the competition and have understood different voices, different thoughts, and different insights. So now, before going to the prize distribution and all, I request Dr. Venugopal Gauri sir for the concluding remarks on today's.
Happy Independence Day, everyone, again. To the President, Dr. Gopal Krishna sir, our Chief Guest, Dr. Shyam Jaiswal ji, our Guest of Honor, Dr. Murli ji, our judges, Dr. Anil Kumar ji, and our own Dr. Rajshri Shah madam, and the bright young minds of tomorrow for homeopathy and the society, Indian society to come. A very happy morning and a happy Independence Day to you all. as our chief guest rightly said, we should be proud of our Independence Day. We may be marred by one big bad event, but all the same, it doesn't take away the 78 years of good things that we have happened to us under a free country. So we should be proud of our Vedic history, as our chief guest has said, because it is only in this country that women have been treated not equally, better than equally, if there is anything like that, because more than men, women are given a preference, prerogative, and respect and regard and affection. So we may be carrying the names of our paternal side, but all the same, when a girl goes to her mother's house, they say, "You are going to a mother's house." They never say from Maika ja rahe, but they never say dad ke ghar ja rahe, na? So it is always that women are respected more in Indian history, and they have been given great role. And as and when the need has arisen, it is the fortitude, it is the a commitment, it is the strength of the woman of this part of the world that has come to the fore. And Jhansi Lakshmi Bai was the first one to fight for independence, though many people have fought for it later. Maybe the so-called peace way of thing was the reason for our freedom, they say. But there is more to history, as our chief guest has said. And there is a queue for all the good speakers. They have all spoken your heart out, because they are also in pain that one of your age, youngsters, whether it's a boy or a girl, they have all spoken out in that pain in the heart. Uh, uh, but the thing is, sometimes we get carried away, and the cue that you got from your guest this morning is that you should address the theme, like what is the solution you offer? You are going through this bad patch. So what is that can keep you safe? So that is what we want you to know more, as our Judge Dr. Anil Kumar sir also has said. There are so many things to elocution that have to be pointed out, and Dr. Rajshri has pointed out to you already. And we should be really proud of our Indian culture and heritage. And I think as a youngster, during my school days, we used to have an hour in a week for a morals class. How many of you had in that in your school? So 2 or 3 or 4, maybe in the towns you studied from. So I think now Chaitanya Narayana has made it more corporate. So how good marks you get, where you stand in the ranking only matters, unfortunately. So we have beaten Macaulay Square, in the sense he brought the British education system to our country, but we have left that far behind. Now we are more about marks. I think we need to go back to that morals class, and it is time to study from our scriptures, from our Vedic history, the strength of our nation. And that is how you can shape young male minds, how to treat a young woman, or a woman for that matter, in society as a great person. That is when these incidents will keep reducing. So, and the second thing, as one of the young participants, Kirti, was saying, and also Preeti was saying, as far as you don't have a judiciary which has teeth, it doesn't really matter. We are ahead in all things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and tech, and we are going to space and coming back. We are planning to have a tenement there, and we are going to want to plan to be there. But what happens to our judiciary? Why is it not progressing? I don't know. It's a question, as our guest said. It is a question. This today is all about questions, and when we are faced with questions, we tend to ponder about answers, and that is how we share some good ideas. This morning was all about that. Homeopathic Medical Association of Telangana feels proud that it has given platform to these young minds to come and share their thoughts and emotions, and we look forward to seeing you soon. And we thank all our judges, Dr. Anil Kumar sir, Dr. Rashri ma'am, our guest of honor, Dr. Murli, who is tied up with another activity to come, and of course our own chief guest, Dr. Shyam Jaiswal ji, who has spent so much of time this morning. Thank you so much, everyone, sir.
Thank you, Chair. Now I request our President, Dr. Gopalakrishna Garu, to please come on to the dais to share his views on the event.
I congratulate all the participants for their wonderful presentation. And I also congratulate the winners. And one more thing I would like to tell you. తెలుగులో చెప్తాను నేను. ఆడవాళ్ళు మగవాళ్ళ కన్నా చాలా బలవంతులు, శక్తివంతులు, ధైర్యము, సాహసము, టాలరెన్స్ వాళ్ళకి చాలా ఎక్కువ. అయితే ఈ విషయాన్ని ప్రపంచం గమనించింది. ఇక్కడ మన సమాజంలో ఇలా ఉండింది. భారత సమాజంలో ఆడవాళ్ళు చాలా తెలివైన వాళ్ళు, చాలా శక్తివంతులు, పాలనా శక్తి, పాలించే శక్తి, అన్ని రకాల శక్తులు వాళ్ళకు ఉన్నాయి. అయితే ఈ సొసైటీ చాలా స్ట్రాంగ్గా ఉండింది. అయితే కలోనియల్ రూలు, రిపీటెడ్ ఇన్వేజన్స్ జరిగినప్పుడు ఏం చేశారంటే వాళ్ళు ఆడవాళ్ళని టార్గెట్ చేశారు. అంతకుముందు ఈ సంస్కృతిలో అది లేదు. అయితే మనం మొరేల్ దెబ్బతీయాలన్నా, ఒక మగవాడు ఇన్సల్టెడ్గా ఫీల్ అవ్వాలన్నా వాళ్ళ ఆడవాళ్లను అటాక్ చేసే పద్ధతి వాళ్ళు ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేశారు. అయితే భారత సమాజంలో అంతకుముందు అది లేదు. భారత జాతిలో స్త్రీలకు సమున్నతమైన గౌరవం ఉంది. వాస్తవానికి మగవాళ్ళ కన్నా పై స్థానం వాడది. ఈ కలోనియల్ రూలు, ఇన్వేజన్స్ కారణంగా మన వాళ్ళందరి ఆలోచన పద్ధతులు కరప్ట్ అయినాయి. తర్వాత ఏం చేశారంటే దానికి కొనసాగింపుగా ఆడవాళ్లను ఒక విలాస వస్తువు కింద చిత్రీకరించడం మొదలుపెట్టారు. ఆడవాళ్లను ధైర్యానికి ఎమాన్సిపేషన్గా, వేలర్కు ఎమాన్సిపేషన్గా, కరేజ్కి, కమిట్మెంట్కి, త్యాగానికి, సాక్రిఫైస్కి ముందు చూపించేవాళ్ళు, పోర్ట్రే చేసేవాళ్ళు. ఇప్పుడు దేనికి చూపిస్తున్నారు? అందం, అభినయం, రెండిటికి. ఇంకా మిగతా క్వాలిటీస్ వాళ్ళ గురించి చెప్పట్లేదు. మనమే చప్పట్లు కొడుతున్నాము. విశ్వసుందరి మన దేశం నుంచి వచ్చింది, మన రాష్ట్రం నుంచి వచ్చింది, ఇంత గొప్ప అందమైన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు, ఈ బలవంతులు ఏమైనారు, శక్తివంతులు ఏమైనారు, త్యాగమూర్తులు ఏమైనారు, ఈ సాహసవంతులు ఏమైనారు. మనమే మర్చిపోయిన ఆడవాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఉన్న గొప్ప గొప్ప క్వాలిటీస్. మనకు తెలియకుండానే మన ఆడవాళ్ళను బలహీనపరిచినది ఈ ఆలోచన. ఈ అటాక్స్ కాదు, అటాక్స్ వెనక ఉన్న పెద్ద షడ్యంత్రం. ఈ షడ్యంత్రం ఫైట్ చేయకుండా మనం ఏం చేయలేం. ఇంకొక విషయం, ఇంటి దగ్గరే మన మొదటి లెర్నింగ్. మనకు తల్లే మొదటి గురువు. అయితే తల్లి ఇప్పుడు మారుతున్న కాల పరిస్థితులలో మగవాడి వైపు ఎక్కువ దృష్టి పెట్టి ఆడవాళ్లను యు ఆర్ సెకండరీ టు ది మెన్ అనే రకంగా వాళ్ళని గ్రూమ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ యాటిట్యూడ్ మారాలి. ఆడవాళ్ళు కూడా సమర్థులే, ఆడవాళ్ళు కూడా శక్తివంతులే. అయితే ఆడవాళ్ళు మగవాళ్ళు ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయాలి, ఆడవాళ్ళు వాళ్ళు ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేసే శక్తి రావాలి, ఇవన్నీ మగవాళ్ళకి ఎవరైనా చెప్పారా? మగవాళ్ళు అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ది బ్లూ ఎట్లా శక్తివంతులు అయిపోయినారు, ఆడవాళ్ళు ఎట్లా అశక్తులైనారు? అందరూ సమానమే. కాకపోతే వాళ్ళని పోర్ట్రే చేసే విధానం మారిపోయింది. పోర్ట్రే చేసే విధానం మారిపోయినాక మనం ఇన్పుట్స్ అన్ని అవే తీసుకుంటున్నాం. ఆడవాళ్ళు వల్నరబుల్, దే ఆర్ బ్యూటిఫుల్, దే ఆర్ ఓన్లీ టు బి లుక్డ్ ఎట్, ఓన్లీ ఎంజాయబుల్ పర్సన్. ఈ రకంగా వాళ్ళ వ్యక్తిత్వాన్ని, వాళ్ళ గొప్పతనాన్ని బాగా దిగజార్చి సమాజంలో ఉన్న అన్ని రకాల మాధ్యమాలు అందరూ రెస్పాన్సిబుల్ అయింది. అయితే మనం కూడా వత్తాసు పలుకుతున్నాం మనకు తెలియకుండానే. ఓ నైస్, హౌ బ్యూటిఫుల్ షీ ఈస్, హౌ వెల్ షీ డాన్స్డ్, హౌ వెల్ షీ సంగ్, ఇవే మాట్లాడుతున్నాం మనం. మగవాళ్ళ గురించి గొప్పతనాలు చెప్తుంటే ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? మగవాళ్ళని పోర్ట్రేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఏం క్యారెక్టర్ చూపిస్తున్నారు? సిగరెట్లు తాగేది, మందు తాగేది, తుపాకులు పేల్చేది, బాంబులు పేల్చేది, ఇవి చూపిస్తున్నారు. మరి అవన్నీ నేర్చేసుకుంటున్నారా మగవాళ్ళు? కనుక ఇది మొత్తం ఒక పెద్ద కుతంత్రం, మానవ జాతి మీద జరుగుతున్న కుతంత్రం. అయితే ఆడవాళ్ళు కనుక సమర్థులు, శక్తివంతులైతే సమాజం ఆరోగ్యంగా, శక్తివంతంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. అలా జరగకూడదని కొన్ని వర్తకం చేసే వాళ్ళ యొక్క ఆలోచనను ఇందులోకి ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసి ఈ రకమైన దుర్గతిని తీసుకొచ్చారు. కనుక వీ హ్యావ్ టు బి అవేక్ టు ఆల్ దిస్. ఫస్ట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మేషన్ జరగాల్సింది మన ఆలోచనలో. ఆడవాళ్ళను పోర్ట్రే చేసే విధానం మారాలి, మగవాళ్ళను పోర్ట్రే చేసే విధానం మారాలి. పోర్ట్రే చేసే విధానం మారితే మనమే ధైర్యంగా ఉంటాం. ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు ఇంత వీక్, ఇంత వల్నరేబుల్, ఇంత వీక్, ఇంత వల్నరేబుల్ అని నువ్వు జాగ్రత్త అమ్మా, నువ్వు బయటికి పోకు, నువ్వు ఇప్పుడే 5ంటికి వచ్చాయి, 4ంటికి వచ్చాయి, 3ంటికి వచ్చాయి అని చెప్తే ఏమవుతుంది? ఇంకా బలహీనలు అవుతారు. ఈ బలహీనతలు రాకుండా ఉండడానికి ఇంటి దగ్గర పేరెంట్స్ ఇచ్చే టీచింగ్ మారాలి. స్కూళ్ళల్లో, ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్లో చదువు చెప్పే విధానంలో మార్పులు రావాలి, మారల్స్ చెప్పాలి. అలాగే మనను ఈ వర్తక సమాజం వాళ్ళు పోర్ట్రే చేస్తున్న విధానం నుంచి మనం జాగరూకులమై ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు దెన్ వీ కెన్ బి బోల్డ్ ఇనఫ్ టు ఫైట్ ఆల్ ది ఇల్స్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our guest of honor, Dr. Murli Garu, to please come on the dais to share his views on the event.
Good morning all. To Chief Guest, Dr. Jaiswal sir, and Gopal Krishna sir, Venugopal Gauri sir, Durga Prasad sir, and all the students, my students who attended this event. Actually, the great words were discussed by students. Actually, this is not a single day topic. It is a lifelong topic, and we have to learn throughout our life. It will not end. Even after 200 years after this will happen. I want to say only one thing from my experience. First, everything, so 3 points will be there: self-learning, society learning, and universal learning. So we get information from self, society, and universe. So first our mother, as sir is telling, ఒక అమ్మాయికి పింపుల్ యాడ్ చూపించి ఆ అమ్మాయి బాగా విపరీతంగా చూపించి వాడు ఫెయిర్ అండ్ లవ్లీ అమ్ముతా అన్నాడు. ఏ అమ్మాయికి పింపుల్ అంటే ఏమవుతుంది అని మనం ఆలోచించిన అమ్మాయి, అవునా లేదా? ఒక చాక్లెట్ యాడ్ కోసము, ఒక పర్ఫ్యూమ్ యాడ్ కోసము ఒక 4 అమ్మాయిలు అబ్బాయి దగ్గరికి వస్తారండి. పర్ఫ్యూమ్ అంత అవసరమా? ఇలాంటి యాడ్స్ అన్నీ కూడా మైండ్ని మనల్ని డైవర్ట్ చేస్తాయి. అర్థమైందండి? ఒక డ్రెస్సింగ్ కానివ్వండి, ఇలాంటివన్నీ కూడా దీంట్లో ఎవరు యాక్ట్ చేసేది తెలుసా? మళ్ళీ ఆడవాళ్ళే. మనం మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా, దోస్ హు ఆర్ యాక్టింగ్ అమ్మాయిలే యాడ్ చేస్తారు కదా. సో ట్రై టు అక్కడే మనం రెస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేయగలిగితే కొంతలో కొంత మార్పు వస్తుంది. అండ్ ఐ థింక్ దిస్ షుడ్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద, యాజ్ సార్ సెడ్, వీఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ అహెడ్ ఇన్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ఉమెన్. We are always ahead. Now the scenario is changing, but anyway, I think you are educated and you have to learn. Okay, thank you for giving me this.
Thank you, sir. Now I call upon all the dignitaries on the dais for the prize distribution. We request all the dignitaries to stand. Now we will have the prize distribution. So the first prize winner, Dr. Preeti, intern from Dev Samepatik Medical College. The second winner, Sunil from 3rd year, Dev Samepatik Medical College. Third prize winner, Ivan from final year, Dev Samepatik Medical College. We congratulate all the winners. Now we request all the dignitaries to felicitate our respected judges, Dr. Anil Kumar sir and Dr. Rajesh Sharma. Please give a big round of applause.
Madam.
Now we request the dignitaries to felicitate the guest of honor of today, Dr. Murli Garu. Now we request all the dignitaries to felicitate our chief guest of today, Dr. Shyam K. Jaiswal. We thank all the dignitaries.